What's going on, everybody? This is the TYSK report. It's 2025, so let's start off the year the right way with some tech news. Samsung pays $181 million to become largest shareholder of Rainbow Robotics. Samsung Electronics said on Tuesday that it has become the largest shareholder of South Korea-based robotics maker Rainbow Robotics, increasing its stake to 14.7% to 35% for about $181 million. The electronics giant is acquiring the stake to bolster its robotics department and speed up development of humanoid robots. Rainbow Robotics will be integrated as a Samsung subsidiary, and the deal is expected to be completed in February 2025. The company also said it would establish a future robotics office directly reporting to the chief executive officer. The deal enables Rainbow Robotics to expand to overseas markets by leveraging Samsung's reach. Rainbow Robotics has developed a dual-arm mobile manipulators and autonomous mobile robots for applications in manufacturing and logistics. Samsung said that robotics, along with AI, 5G, and automotive electronics, would be a key part of its future initiatives, suggesting that potential acquisitions in these fields may be on the horizon. So with this news, we can definitely see that companies are definitely going to start to find a way to either get their hands on a company that's building humanoid robots or find a way to do it themselves. And with Samsung, it looks like they did not want to go that route of doing it themselves and decided to up their stake in Rainbow Robotics. Now with this news, it goes to show that we are definitely going to have a future with a lot more robotics, and humanoid robots are definitely going to pick up as these companies are looking to expand humanoid robot use case throughout this year. Now another thing to look at regarding to this news is the fact that maybe Samsung also wanted to make this play due to the fact of how the US is possibly a little bit more ahead than they are, the likes of Agility Robotics, who has a real world use case for their digits, which are actually doing commercial work with the GXO. Then we also have Figure, who I'm going to talk about a little later, who is also looking to deploy their humanoid robots commercially. So with this being only January, this is definitely going to be something to keep our eyes on, because this is a space that's going to heat up even more throughout 2025, and there's going to be a lot of exciting news. I can just feel it already. So I'm definitely going to make sure to be here to cover it for you. And since we're speaking about robots, let's talk about a little robot problem that happened recently. A Waymo Robotaxi and a serve delivery robot collided in Los Angeles. Interesting. On December 27th, a Waymo Robotaxi and a Serve Robotics sidewalk delivery robot collided at a Los Angeles intersection, according to a video that's circulating on social media. The footage shows a Serve bot crossing a street in West Hollywood at night and trying to get onto the sidewalk. It reached the curve, backed up a little to correct itself, and started moving towards the ramp. That's when a Waymo making a right turn hit the little bot. When TechCrunch asked Waymo whether the Robotaxi saw the bot, a spokesperson said that the Waymo driver system correctly observed that the delivery robot was an inanimate object. Now in this case, the delivery robot had paused at the curve before driving into the vehicle turning lane just as the Waymo Robotaxi entered the intersection. At that point, the Waymo driver applied hard braking before making contact with the delivery robot at 4 miles per hour, according to the Waymo spokesperson. Now with this, I do wonder if there's this secret world where technology is interacting with one another without us even knowing, and for some reason maybe these two platforms got into a little disagreement and decided to say, hey, let's go ahead and take it out to the physical world, and then this little interaction happened. With all jokes aside, with this news, it's definitely going to bring a lot more eyes to robotaxis in general and also delivery robots. So unfortunately, even though this seems to be a negative video, from my perspective it's not, because even though lots of people are probably going to be putting out posts or saying this is why we don't need this technology, stupid robots and all these different things, people forget that these two companies have been expanding even more. Robotaxis with Waymo have been doing lots of more rides. They're expanding to Miami and also plan to do trial testing in Japan. And then Serve Robotics has been making a lot of partnerships and connections with other companies within the technology space. So with this, even though people are going to look at it and do that, they're going to look further into it, and possibly they might see, hey, I didn't know this Serve delivery robot was near me. Maybe I can have it deliver some food to me one day just to get the experience from it. And then that's how it starts. And then that is how the snowball continues to get rolling. And then soon lots of people are going to be finding themselves learning more about this technology. So one thing to always remember, unfortunately, in this world, I've seen that lots of times negative news travels faster than positive news. So this is just something I'm going to keep my eye on. Even as the technology is continuing to be tested, these companies will continue to improve it, and we're going to see a lot more of these out on the roads and out on the sidewalks in cities near you. Let's dive in to that next article. Focal One complete study to expand access to robotic prostate cancer treatment. Earlier this year, EDAP TMS SA announced the full results of a hi-fi study evaluating the high-intensity focused ultrasound or HIFU treatment of localized prostate cancer. The study compared the French company's robotic Focal One system against radical prostatectomy or RP surgery as the first line of treatment. It found that Focal One's treatment methods match up with the gold standard of surgery, said EDAP. The company claimed that the robotic treatment can improve quality of life outcomes for those struggling with prostate cancer. Focal One said its HIFU robotic system uses high-performance imaging and HIFU technology to allow urologists to target the prostate with sub-millimeter accuracy. This allows them to spare healthy surrounding tissue and preserve the patient's quality of life, the company said. Because Focal One doesn't require a physician to perform surgery, it can do procedures in an outpatient setting. With just a urologist, an anesthesiologist, and a nurse, hospitals can perform HIFU procedures that take just 40 to 60 minutes, Rhodes said. This can greatly reduce staffing demands that many hospitals are already struggling with. Focal One has already received regulatory clearance and is marketed in the US, Europe, Canada, Korea, Russia, and Brazil, among other countries. So if you've been watching my videos, you should probably know what I'm going to say next. I'm really about 80% that we could possibly see a robot hospital with strictly just a lot of robot technology with only a few doctors in there, but a lot of the patients are going to be interacting with this technology. Robots are going to be checking on the patients. Robots are going to be operating on the patients, and then it's going to be a lot of automation going through that hospital. And the reason why I say this is because of these stories right here, how more and more people and professionals within the healthcare industry are utilizing this technology and is finding that it is becoming very beneficial. This is a reminder that technology is continuing to grow and be utilized in different industries. And as time goes on, we could definitely start to hear more and more stories like this of companies doing different studies and finding that the technology is a lot more efficient and useful, which is only going to pick up its usage and expand its use cases to other areas to improve the overall quality of life of us human beings as a whole. So since I've been a little robot heavy, let's dive into some news related to electric vehicles. Volkswagen leak exposed location data for 800,000 electric cars. For months, the location information of around 800,000 electric Volkswagen vehicles was available online due to a data leak, according to a report from German news magazine Der Spiegel. Der Spiegel found that Cariad, the Volkswagen subsidiary behind the automaker's software, made it possible for an attacker to find and access driver data housed in Amazon's cloud storage service. The data, which could be linked to the names and contact details of the drivers, reportedly included details about when EVs were switched on and off, along with the emails, phone numbers, and addresses of drivers in some cases. It included the precise locations of about 460,000 vehicles. As Der Spiegel says, the data was accurate to within 10 centimeters for Volkswagen and Seats vehicles and within 10 kilometers, about 6 miles, for Audi and Skoda models. But with this news, this leak serves as yet another reminder of the immense amount of data collected by modern day vehicles. So as much as I talk about EV adoption in electric vehicles, this is the other side of it. And with these Volkswagen electric vehicles, I do hope that lots of other electric vehicle companies don't have the same issue. But this also goes to show that when it comes to data, this is going to be a very key focal point for the future, because lots of the technology that's being implemented and that's being created and is growing has a lot of data connected to it. So one thing I can tell you is, as we go into the future, they're definitely looking to connect a lot of this technology together. So to be very honest with you, I'm not sure what's going to happen next. One thing I can say for certain is that lots of companies are definitely going to need to pick up their security, because as this technology continues to grow, it's going to be very vital that the data is clamped down on in a place where it cannot be leaked out, or these companies need to start working with other companies who are going to make security a priority. Now let's go ahead and dive right back into some robot news. Figure AI ships Figure O2 humanoid robots to a paying customer. Humanoid robots are starting to move from development and trials to commercial use. Figure AI Incorporated last month month announced it has delivered its Figure O2 systems to a customer. Figure AI won a 2024 RBR50 award for its rapid pace of innovation. Since emerging from stealth in January 2023, the Sunnyvale, California-based company has built and iterated on a working humanoid and tested its robot on a production line. In addition, Figure AI has partnered with OpenAI, which recently restarted its own robotics research group on speech-to-speech communications with humans. In August 2024, Figure AI said that BMW Group had tested Figure O2 for handling fitted sheet metal parts on its automotive production line for 2 weeks in Spartanburg, South Carolina. And with this news, ADAC did not name Figure's AI commercial paying client. So this ties into the news that I talked about earlier with Samsung, but with Figure, they are also looking to put their humanoid robots to use in a real world use case, and it's more than likely going to be commercially. So as we continue to go throughout this year, we could definitely see things pick up with Figure. I could definitely see them starting off with this paying customer, and then soon they could have more paying customers, and we could possibly see different use cases of this Figure O2 robot, or humanoid robot I should say, being utilized for different purposes. Let's move on to that next article. Humanoid robots build cars for Chinese automaker. A Chinese automaker has unveiled a new wheeled humanoid robot that it says will be deployed in car manufacturing starting in 2026. The third generation of GoMate was unveiled by the state-owned Guangzhou Automobile Group at an event in Shanghai. GoMate, which has 38 degrees of freedom, is claimed to be the first robot of its type to use either 2 or 4 wheels to self-balance and drive. This allows it to adjust to different environments. By incorporating GAC's autonomous driving algorithm, GoMate is able to plan its own movements, both inside and outside, ensuring centimeter-level positioning accuracy, and it also makes use of tech that enables it to detect and perceive changes in obstacles of up to 328 feet away. Although GAC describes GoMate as a smart tool that could ultimately be deployed in several areas, including security, healthcare, logistics, and education, it is initially planning to use the bot on the production lines of 2 of its automotive brands in China, GAC Trumpchi and GAC Ion. So this is more humanoid robot news I wanted to bring to you. As I stated a little earlier, more and more companies are going to be continuing to find ways to build their humanoid robots and put them to use, or partner with different companies who are building humanoid robots. So if you haven't figured it out right now, this is going to be a topic that's going to be talked about all year. You should already know I'm going to be covering everything that I can. In the next article we have, XPeng unveils ambitious 2025 plans and targets global expansion. As 2024 ends, XPeng chairman and CEO He Jianping released an internal letter titled 2025 New Journey Through the Storm, Keep Running, to reflect on a transformative year and set a bold agenda for 2025. Looking ahead, he predicted an intensification of market competition, including the likelihood of a price war starting this month. While the penetration of new energy vehicles, NEVs, is expected to rise, cost control and product differentiation will be critical. XPeng aims to redefine itself as a global AI automotive company and expand its international footprint to over 60 countries by the end of 2025. Over the next decade, the company plans for half its sales to come from overseas markets. New or updated models will be launched quarterly in 2025, showcasing XPeng's advancement in AI-driven automotive technology. XPeng plans to recruit over 6,000 employees in 2025 and has launched initiatives to bring back former team members. The company continues to emphasize talent acquisition and organizational excellence to support its global aspirations. So it definitely looks like XPeng is on a mission to take over in China and other areas, and they have some big aspirations and a lot of goals that they want to achieve. But this goes to show that with this electric vehicle company, they're also looking to expand their ability to utilize AI technology in more and more ways. And it seems they are taking a book out of BYD's page as they are looking to create newer models. So that's just some of the latest news that you missed within the world of technology. I hope you enjoyed the video, and this is the best place for you to stay informed on what's going on in tech. So in order to do that, you should like the video, subscribe, and then spend a little bit of your spare time watching some of the previous videos I made where I dive deeper into lots of other news related to technology. So that way you can be caught up and be prepared for what's going to come this year.